The world's gone nuts in this side of the world, anyway.
Britain has gone berserk. I mean, every story is worse than the last one. You feel like we're being ruled by complete lunatics. People who think you can identify as an animal, people who think you should be kept in the country for your own safety if your kid doesn't like chicken nuggets, people who think we should welcome immigrants like you would welcome Paddington Bear. I mean, these people live in a fairy tale. They live in a fairyland.
There are elected politicians. They are elected representatives. That's what scares me, Brendan, a lot, being honest.
We're going to look back and say, can you remember the time Britain was ruled by people who thought human beings could identify as llamas? And we really are going to look back at this era as one of the craziest in the whole history of this country.
I mean, what was that today? Let's show empathy to kids going to school on all fours and want to be a cat. No, I put him in a cat tray outside with a tin of whiskers, because trust me, they'd be in bloody doors within 24 hours going, I'm really sorry, Dad, that was a joke. I'm being serious. I think we're at the beginning of this mad, woke cycle, but I do believe, and I have to believe at 16, that it will turn, Brendan, because, and we said it earlier, this is a genuinely heartfelt comment. My old man, God rest his soul, would be turning in his grave. He would just be laughing. He'd be going, what the hell is wrong? I fought in a world, this is ridiculous. Nigel Farage, quite vocally this afternoon and this morning, has criticised this Home Office announcement from yesterday that we have immigration, I don't know why I'm doing the voice, under control. We have removed 19,000 illegal migrants. Here is some footage that we filmed. And then you see this big plane with what looks like quite a few people being led up by immigration officials, a bit like the American ones to Colombia, minus the shackles, I might just point out. I've added them. And then this astonishing story that's come out in the Telegraph in the last, hour or so, that flight that was filmed was an Airbus 321, which has a capacity of 220 passengers. What Labour did was film this plane. They only put 47 Albanian illegal migrants, who were convicted criminals, by the way, on this plane. Only 47 of them. This, by the way, was not a plan organised by Starmer, because we shouldn't give the Tories any credit, but they'd done a deal with the Albanians. So, in effect, what we're saying is that 47 Albanian prisoners got on a flight to Albania on Monday. And do you know how much this cost, Isabel Oakeshott? Any idea?
I'm guessing we're around about the £1 million.
£1 million, £22,000 per person. This is PR at its worst by our government, spending taxpayers' money to try and convince us they've got this under control. What an absolute joke, Isabel, isn't it? Today we discover a Pakistani paedophile escaped deportation because he successfully, through his left-wing lawyer, convinced the judge that it would harm psychologically his children. I don't mean to be rude, you're a mother, I'm a father. Forget the children he harmed and abused and raped, forget them. An illegal migrant today got to stay in this country because she said her husband, with his skin issues, would find the Caribbean too hot. We're a laughingstock, Isabel. Seriously, we're in danger of becoming a bloody laughingstock. We really are. Creasy genuinely said small boat asylum seekers should get the same welcoming treatment as Paddington Bear. Yeah. She hit out at her own party's crackdown on them gaining citizenship as part of Home Office's efforts to deter it. Border officials have been given tough and new guidance by Labour, but the Walthamstow MP, Ms Creasy, said that this would deny those whose asylum claims were granted from integrating into communities with full citizenship, like Paddington Bear. I'm not making this up, Russell Quirk.
No, you're not. I saw this as well, and I had to have a second look. I also had to have a second look at the date today to make sure it wasn't April the 1st. But yeah. We are here another day and another ridiculous edict from this hapless government and she's not a minister, thank goodness, but give it time. I'm sure be a few more sacked and she'll be in line in the not too distant future, no doubt. But yes, does she not realise that Paddington is not real, but also that what this actually tells us is that the Labour Party, at its heart, at its root, the approach by them with regard to immigration is very much open the doors, let as many people in as possible, and here's the rub: Give them citizenship so that they get the vote. Now, in that way, and we've talked about this on this channel many, many times, lots and lots of people have poo-pooed me on Twitter when I've said, I think this is what this is all about. They are going to try and give illegal migrants, let alone legal migrants, the vote, so that those people vote Labour forevermore, and we end up
out of gratitude.
We end up then with an elected dictatorship with someone like Starmer, Rayner, or whoever at the helm.
Also, this is the day when the Children's Society, a child abuse prevention charity, and they do great work, has produced a guide to assess the risk of online exploitation amongst children who identify as transgender or non-binary, as well as subcultures, including furries and therians, whatever that is. Basically, we need to be showing more respect to children who identify as furries and spend the afternoons on all fours. Now, I don't give a toss whether this gets me the sack. If one of my children came in like that, I'd put them in the garden and give them cat meat or dog meat or some pellets for a month, and they'd soon as eggs is eggs be back through the door. What a load of old rubbish.
So